सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्लोका नंबर 8। अहंकारस्य तादात्म्यम् चिच्छाया देहसाक्षिभिः सहजं कर्मजं भ्रान्ति जन्यं च त्रिविधं क्रमात्। These verses from 6th verse onwards up to 7 and 8, the portion is little bit subtle to understand, because our orientation is always by experiencing through the sense organs, through the eyes or through the ears. We always get some knowledge from outside, whereas this understanding about one's own inner nature, which you cannot tangibly experience through the sense organs, you have to internally understand. Since it is very subtle, I would like to give the essence of this each verse, 6th, 7th and 8th verse. After getting the essence, you may feel some extent comfortable, I feel. Then we will go to the next verse. So the yesterday's 6th verse, चिच्छाया आवेशतः बुद्धौ भानं भवति. Because of the reflection of the consciousness, चिच्छाया, आवेशतः means when it enters. What happens? Buddhau bhanam bhavati. Buddhi will become sentient. Bhanam means it has got a capacity to grasp the objects from the external world. Buddhau bhanam bhavati. The inert buddhi will become sentient. It will get the capacity to objectify the things and get the knowledge of those things because of the reflection of the consciousness. That is the meaning. Chichaya aveshataha buddhau bhanam bhavati. That buddhi alone he points out as dhi. Dhistu, that buddhi which has borrowed that consciousness, that is reflected consciousness. Once it borrows the consciousness, that borrowed consciousness will become reflected consciousness in the buddhi. That buddhi which has taken that consciousness, reflected consciousness, we can divide into two. Which buddhi? That which was inert, after taking the reflection from the consciousness, which will become sentient, that which has got the capacity to illumine the objects, to get the knowledge of the objects, that buddhi. The sentient buddhi is bifurcated into two divisions. Just we have given the name. What is the first name? Ahankritihi eka. That buddhi is get the name, that Ahankritihi, one name. The second name is Anya Antahkaranaha. That Antahkaranam is another name for that same buddhi. Ahankritihi Antahkaranam. It is of two types. One is Ahankritihi, another is Antahkaranam. This is the first step in the 6th shloka. Now second step, what is this Ahankritihi? What is this Antahkarana? Just 2 points if I give, you will get clarity. Ahankritihi means the doership. I am the seer. I am the listener. I am the eater. That Ahankriti. The doership, the Kartrutva Buddhi alone is called Ahankritihi. Clear? That Ahankriti is nothing but the doership. Kartrutva Buddhi is called Ahankritihi. How this Ahankriti has taken place? Because of that buddhi. That buddhi which has borrowed the consciousness. Okay? Now what is this Antahkaranam? The second name given to this buddhi. That buddhi which grasps the objects through sense organs. Antaha Karanam. That buddhi which is inside grasp the knowledge through the sense organs and grasp the knowledge, and it is called Antaha Karanam, internal instrument. Antaha Karanam. So therefore, that doership Ahankriti alone is called next step. So Ahankriti I have explained, Antahkaranam also I have explained in a second step. What is the third point you have to note? That doership Ahankriti alone is called Ahankara. What he has used Ahankriti, next verse he uses as Ahankara. That way we will get confusion. So that Ahankriti alone is called Ahankara. Ahankara. In English we can call ego. That's all. Ahankara means that which gives karma irukkum. So Ahankara. So you have to remember Duchahankara which has born in that buddhi which has taken the sentiency from the consciousness. You have to do your homework. Okay? That Antahkaranam alone is called Manas. In the next step, we have to understand names are different. So see this. That Antahkaranam is called as Manas. Ahankriti is called as Ahankara. Now this is the essence of 6th shloka. Now come to the 7th shloka. I will try my best because many students are feeling difficult yesterday. I know that you have to do a lot of contemplation on this. The essence of 7th shloka is How this RC, the reflected consciousness, Chit-chaya, Chidabhasa, reflected consciousness, which is reflecting in the buddhi. That is what we have borrowed from the previous verse, which is called chaya. See here in the 7th verse, chaya, then ahankara. What is this ahankara? That ahankriti is this ahankara. There he said chit chaya, that is here chaya. Those chaya and ahankara are together. Chaya means reflection, reflected consciousness, RC. That chaya and ahankara, that ahankriti, I am the doer, I am the doer, that ahankara, both are like tapta aya pindavat. The reflected consciousness and the doership, both of them, that ahankara, or both of them are together, look as one entity. Like this tapta means fire, ahankara is I am the doer, aham kriti, that is I am the doer, and this chaya, the reflected consciousness, are both like fire and iron ball. Ayaha means iron ball. If you throw that iron ball in the fire, you cannot separate that. The fire, that iron ball looks like a fireball. But really speaking, that fire principle is not originally belong to the iron ball. Once it has taken that fire Agni Tattvam, this fireball, it is no more a iron ball but a fireball. Can you take out that Agni Tattvam from that fireball? Can you see differently both of them? You cannot see. What you see? Only fireball. You cannot see even iron at all, because totally it has taken that fire in entity. Agni Tattvam it has taken. Inseparable. Tat ahankara tadatmyam. Because of that reflected consciousness and the doership ahankara mixed together, what will happen? This deha, this inert body, will become starting functioning. You are all like fireballs now, like iron balls. So this deha is starting functioning, is able to see, is able to talk, able to listen. Dehaha chetanatam agat. Because of this mixture, inseparable mixture, body borrows. So with that mixture only we are from first floor to second floor to ground floor to basement, go on moving here and there because of this mixture. What mixture? RC and ahankara. Functional ego. I hope this is clear. 7th shloka. Now come to the 8th shloka. I will give that shloka essence also. So this is the continuation. He is picking up the thread from the 6th shloka onwards. Generally we will forget when we come to 8th shloka, the 6th shloka we will forget. So that is our problem. So he is carrying the point from the 6th shloka. Now look into the shloka, 8th shloka. Ahankarasya. Again he is picking up that ahankriti, which is nothing but ahankara. Which what name I have given yesterday? Mind, I said. That mind, it is called mind in English. So the English words, Sanskrit words in the communication is That confuses sometimes, you know. So ahankarasya tadatmyam. Now see, chit chaya, that oneness or togetherness of this ahankara, ahankriti with what? Reflected consciousness. It is sahajam. It is natural. Just as that fireball, it is appearing, you know, red in color. It looks, it is a natural color. The reddishness is natural. You cannot see separately the iron ball and the fire entity. You cannot see separately. But both are together, sahajam, inseparable from the birth itself. An artham. Sahajam means sahajatam. Sahajatam means what? The moment that ahankara starting functioning, because of whom? This reflected consciousness. So the reflected consciousness and this inert buddhi will become, you know, so close friends, dearest, nearest friends. That's sahajam. In the reflected consciousness, in the ahankara cannot arise. It cannot arise, it cannot function. So therefore, the existence of this ahankara itself depending on whom? Reflected consciousness. So its birth, its biography, autobiography starts with the help of RC. That is sahajam. So this is the first relation, first combination, first pair. Ahankarasya chichaya sahajam. Ahankarasya chichaya tadatmyam. Their association, it's very, very close. It is sahajam, number one. Then ahankarasya deha tadatmyam. That we saw in that 7th verse. Because this deha became sentient because of that buddhi which has borrowed the reflected consciousness. So this deha and that ahankarasya sambandha. In the ahankara and deha sambandha, what? Karmaja sambandham. Karmaja tadatmyam. Karmaja means what? It is born out of action. Karma phalam. Prarabdha karma phalam. In the ahankaram, it is using this body, that ahankara, I am the doer, I am the eater, I am feeling hungry. Now you go to basement, go and body has to go there. Body has to listen. You go to SWAMINI class, SWAMINI is going to take meditation class, the body has to listen. It comes. You know, this karma, the actions are performing by this body, controlled by whom? Ahankara. That ahankara is functioning because of RC. And this ahankara controlling the body. Because of what? Karma. Prarabdha karma, it has to exhaust. Therefore, this prarabdha karma to exhaust, it orders the body. You have to do this, you have to do this, you have to go there, you have to go here, and go on telling here and either not this body, again this ahankara enters in another body and starting functioning. So this ahankara using this body as an tool, instrument. This ahankara which has taken the consciousness from that original. So ahankara plus reflected consciousness is sahajam, that relation. Ahankara plus deha, it is connection between them is karmajam. The reflected consciousness already taken indirectly by the body through what? Through ahankara. The chichaya, the reflected consciousness taken by that ahankara, Is there reflected consciousness in ahankara or not? It is there. Because of this ahankara, body is functioning. That means what? This ahankara lends its sentiency to the body. That means body cannot take sentiency directly from the OC, but this antahkaranam can take directly. It cannot take directly. So therefore, that manas is the locus where that ahankara arises in the form of a thought. Vritti arise. Ahankara is a vritti arise in that antahkaranam. So therefore, that antahkaranam is a base source in which this vritti arise. Therefore, now RC, reflected consciousness and ahankara, deha and ahankara, and sakshi and ahankara. RC and ahankara is sahajam. Tadatmyam is sahajam. Deha and ahankara, tadatmyam is karmajam. And original consciousness and sakshi and ahankara, that ahankriti, tadatmyam is bhranti. It is, there is no tadatmyam at all. That is only our superimposition, our delusion. Bhrantijam, this is trividham. These are the three types. So, what type of oneness this ahankara chidabhasa RC has got? Like fireball and iron ball, sahajam. You cannot separate them. Then ahankara deha, between both of them, oneness is born out of prarabdha karma. As long as that prarabdha karma is there, this ahankara and deha are together. Once the prarabdha karma is over, this ahankara says tata, bye bye to this body. This prarabdha karma is over. There is sanchita karma, some more is going to fructify, and it pick up something and from that sanchita and select another body. Again starting functioning. Again that will, prarabdha will exhaust. Again that sanchita take pick up. Again another body. It's go on exhausting its prarabdha karma with the body. So our ahankara is exhausting the prarabdha karma in this body. And little amount of sanchita, when it is fructifying, it is called prarabdha. Adha thala adichinnirukku enude prarabdham. Sanchita nu solla maatom. Anga irukke moota. Ippu nadakkuradhu enna prarabdham. Sir, ippu pandrathu enna aharadhu. That what we are doing, adenna agami, I put in the savings enna. மళ్ళీ அந்த ஆகாமி என்ன ஆகிடும், சஞ்சிதமாகிடும். அப்படி மூட்டை மூட்டையாக வந்துட்டே இருக்கும். அது எத்தனை நாள் என்ன அகம் பிரம்மாஸ்மி சொல்கிற வரைக்கும் வந்துட்டே இருக்கும். இட் கண்டினியூஸ். ஓகே, ஐ ஹோப் சம் எக்ஸ்டென்ட் it is clear. I don't say totally it is clear. It takes a lot of time. It's not so easy. These are the toughest terms, portions in Vedanta. Okay. It's a total internalization of this subject. Then ahankara sakshi, OC is bhrantijam, like snake rope. Really there is no tadatmyam sambandha between rope and the snake. Enna sambandham irukka? Namma snake and Vedanta snake. Adukku indha rope ku edavadhu sambandham irukka? Enna sambandham? Chitti sambandhama? அல்ல சின்ன தாத்தா சம்பந்தமா, பாட்டி சம்பந்தம்? ஒன்றும் சம்பந்தம் கிடையாது. சம்பந்தம் எப்போ இருக்க முடியும்? இருந்தால் தானே சம்பந்தம். ஸ்னேக்கே இல்லையே எப்படி சம்பந்தம் வரும்? பட் ஸ்னேக் தெரியறதே, அதுதான் பிராந்தி. இல்லாத பாம்பு இருக்கிற மாதிரி நமக்கு ஒரு தோற்றம், அவ்வளவுதான். அதுதான் இப்போ we are going to handle that. So therefore original consciousness sakshi and this ahankara, original consciousness is like a what? Rope or snake? Amma, thank God. Rope. This ahankara is like a snake. அந்த ஸ்னேக் எப்படி பொய்ன்னு சொன்னாலோ அதே மாதிரி இப்படி இந்த அகங்காரம் பொய்யா சொல்லணும். சொல்றது மட்டும் இல்லை, சொல்றது யாருக்காக? எனக்கு புரிஞ்சுக்கணும், அவ்வளவுதான். ஐ நீட் நாட் டெல் டு அதர்ஸ். ஐ ஹாவ் டு அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் திஸ் அகங்காரா இஸ் ஃபால்ஸ். ஜஸ்ட் ஆஸ் த ஸ்னேக் இஸ் ஃபால்ஸ், because of my misconception, because of my wrong understanding, because of my wrong notions, I am giving this reality to the snake which is not there at all. And I am talking about that snake biography. எப்படி இருக்குன்னா கிரீன் கலர்ல இருக்கு, நீளமா இருக்கு. இதெல்லாம் எக்ஸ்பிளனேஷன்ஸ் எல்லாம் இல்லாத ஒரு பாம்புக்கு டிஸ்கிரிப்ஷன். கதை கதையா ஃப்ரம் மார்னிங் டு டில் நைட் போத் ஆர் டாக்கிங் டுகெதர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ். என்னென்ன இல்லாத ஒரு ஸ்டோரியை பற்றி சொல்லிட்டு இருக்கோம். ஏன்னா நிஜமா நினைச்சு இது இன்னும் கஷ்டம் ஆக்செப்ட் பண்றது. சுவாமினி உங்க வேதாந்தம் இங்கே வச்சுக்கோங்க, என்னோட வீட்டு ப்ராப்ளம் மட்டும் %% ரியலோ ரியல். அதுதான் அங்கதான் கஷ்டம் நமக்கு. பிகாஸ் we have given that much reality to our deha, ahankara, everything. Therefore we are not able to accept the Vedantic statements. Many students says after listening few classes or few topics, they come to conclusion it is impracticable. Alittama solluva. It's very difficult because our association with the body, ahankara, is so intense, very very much intense. Therefore I have to, like that snake gives up its skin, விட்டுட்டு எப்படி தனியா போறது, அது மாதிரி நான் இந்த தேகான்னு அதை விட்டு மாதிரி நம்ம விட முடியாது. எல்லாம் ஃபேமிலி விட்டுட்டு வந்தோம், திருப்பி போகணுமே. அங்கே போய் we have to do everything, all our duties. ஃபிசிக்கலாக விட முடியாது. ஃபிசிக்கலாக ஐ cannot, even if I go away from my family members also, they are there in the mind. இப்போ ஸ்ருங்கேரி வந்தா ஆனாலும் அவர் எப்படி இருக்காரோ என்னமோ, எப்படி சமையல் பண்ணிக்கிறாரோ என்னமோ இருக்கே இல்லையா மனசு. ஸோ யூ ஆர் ஆல்மோஸ்ட் இன் சென்னை ஓன்லி. physically you are here, mentally you are in Chennai. How difficult it is. Same way deham also, I cannot give up deham. That is the beauty. If I give up this deham, you cannot recognize the consciousness. If I have consciousness in this body, I am forgetting the consciousness. Ennama kashtam parungo. So therefore, this body is a beautiful, wonderful instrument given to recognize I am consciousness. Therefore, it is a sport for a gnani. பூந்து விளையாட்டன் எப்படின்னா இந்த உடம்பு இருந்தா சந்தோஷம் ஆனந்தம். பிகாஸ் ஐ ஆம் த கான்ஷியஸ்னஸ் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்சிங் எவ்ரிதிங் த்ரூ திஸ் பாடி. Unfortunately, we forget once we enter into this body. Without this body, I am Shuddha Brahman. சும்மா ஒன்றும் வேலை பண்ண முடியாது, ஒன்றும் புரிஞ்சுக்க முடியாது, ஒன்றும் என்ஜாய் பண்ண முடியாது, கேசரி என்ஜாய் பண்ண முடியாது, உப்மா என்ஜாய் பண்ண முடியாது. ஏன் திஸ் இஸ் த பியூட்டி, ஐ கேனாட் என்ஜாய். இந்த கண் இல்லைன்னா என்ஜாய் பண்ண முடியுமா? கண்ணு மூலமா, மனசு மூலமா, தேகம் மூலமா நான் அழகா இருக்கேன்னு. ஹூ இஸ் தட் அழகா இருக்கேன்னு ஆனந்தமா இருக்கிறது யாருன்னா அந்த அனுபவ ஆனந்த இஸ் ரியல்லி பிலாங் டு ஹூம்? Sakshi Chaitanya. I am the only enjoyer finally. So therefore, as a consciousness through this body, let it take, it has its own defects. Sattva, Rajas, Tamo, Gunatmika. Buddhis are Sattva Guna Pradhana. Moodu Gunangal is gone, modifications are taking place. I am the consciousness in and through this body-mind complex, which is inert actually. That consciousness ever evident in every Pashyan, Shrinvan, Sprishan, Jigran, Ashnan, Gachan, Swapan, Swashan. What you are doing every day, these are all you are doing. Unmishan, Nimishan, Napi. In every blinking, who is there? That OC transformed as RC, that RC through the Buddhi, Buddhi to Ahankara, Ahankara to the body, in the body, the whole world. Really the whole greatness goes to whom? OC. Who is that OC? Naneda. I am. Chonna madri. Appa confusion varade Swamini. After listening a long time also I am getting confusion. Idulo irkom ille ottindi irkom. And ahankara vandu appudu come to surface. Paravalle vandanu varatum enna agum onna agadu. Nothing will happen to Atma, me. Apdi nenichukongo. Adha இந்த உடம்புல இருக்கும்போது நான் நித்திய புத்த முக்த ஸ்வரூபன் ani தெரிஞ்சுக்கணும். அவ்வளவுதான். மோட்சம் என்ன? Cognition. Right knowledge alone is moksha, nothing else. I hope this background is enough. Come to the 9th shloka. Sambandhino sator nasti nivritti sahajasya tu कर्मक्षयात् प्रबोधाच्च निवर्तेते क्रमादुभे. From yesterday 5 o'clock onwards I am thinking how to communicate to all of you today. Yesterday 5 o'clock onwards I am thinking about the subject. My body is moving here and there, but my mind is only on the subject. At an extent possible, how much I can explain tomorrow morning to them. I know the difficulty you have faced. By seeing your faces I can understand. You need not talk to me, but I can understand because of that subtlety, that subject. Now see this shloka. Why should I know all these three? First of all, why should I know? Why I have to break my head at all? ஏற்கனவே ஃபேமிலி ப்ராப்ளம்ஸில் ஏற்கனவே உடஞ்சுட்டு ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ், so many problems, உடம்பு ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ், அது வேறு இது ஒரு ப்ராப்ளமா என்ன? That's why I have to get a proper attitude towards them. What is its nature? If I know, I can use this body in a what for this body has come. Exactly I can use for that. Otherwise I use for something else. What? Again karma, janma, karma, janma. So இந்த பாடிக்கு வந்திருக்கோம். இப்போ என்ன? What is this body's purpose? To know that, this type of knowledge is important. Therefore, sambandhinoho satoho. As long as they exist together, that sambandhis. பார்த்தா அங்கே நமக்கு சம்பந்திஸ், இது வேற சம்பந்தம். சம்பந்திஸ் எப்பவுமே ப்ராப்ளம் தான். இங்கே கூட ப்ராப்ளம் பார்த்தாலும் மாமியார் மாமனார் அந்த சம்பந்தின், ஆல் தீஸ் ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ். சம்பந்தினோஹோ சதோஹோ. வாட்? சஹஜஸ்ய சம்பந்தி. ஹூ ஆர் த சஹஜ சம்பந்திஸ்? RC, and ahankara sahaja sambandhis. Sahajasya sambandhinoho satoho. As long as their existence is there, who is having the sahaja sambandha? Nivrittihi nasti. They cannot separate, cannot be separated. Nivrittihi, sambandhasya nivrittihi na bhavati. But what about the other sambandha, other tadatmyam? Other tadatmyam means karmajam tadatmyam. Ahankara plus deha, body. That karmajam tadatmyam will go away by karmakshayat. Karmakshayat. Deha sambandha and ahankara sambandha, when will they go away? Na, in the prarabdha karmakshayam aayidutana, namma sollave venda. Tanave vacate pannidum in the vadambularindi. நம்ம உட்கார்ந்துருக்கோம், வெக்கேட் பண்ணாதேன்னு சொல்றோம். எதுக்கு எனக்கு வேலையே இல்லையே, வெக்கேட் பண்ணணும் அவசியமே இல்லை. இந்த வீடு, எந்த வீடு? இந்த உடம்பு வீடு எனக்கு அவசியமே இல்லைன்னு வெக்கேட் பண்ணி போயிடும். என்ன கர்மக்ஷயம் ஆயன உடனே. அதுதான் that prarabdha karma whips the person, the body to do karma. Helplessly chase the person to do this and that and this and that. Violently he is active. எதுக்கு பண்ண? அந்த க்ஷயம் ஆகணுமே கர்மா. சும்மா உட்கார்னா கூட அந்த க்ஷயம் ஆயிண்டே இருக்கும். சும்மா இருக்கிறது கூட அது ஒரு வேலை தானே. சிட்டிங் குவைட்லி, சிட்டிங் என்ன ஆக்ஷன் தான். இட்ஸ் a type of action. Another type of prarabdha is exhausting. Jagratla some prarabdha we are exhausting. In dream also we are exhausting our prarabdha. So karmakshayat. What about the third relation, tadatmyam? Ahankara plus sakshi. That brandijanya tadatmyam will go away. Nivartate. Nivartete ubhe. These two. Karmakshayam. Through the karmakshayat ahankara and deha sambandha will go away. And through the jnanam, prabodha means what? Jnanam, atma jnanam. Knowledge about the original consciousness. I have to look at that original consciousness. In the vadambulirundi, manasilirundi, ahankarathilirundi, koncham appadi mela nanna sadhana camp ku poradhu artham. You have to attend the sadhana camp, you have to attend the classes. That I am focused to the OC. When I am focused to the OC, what will happen? Prabodha take place, knowledge take place, jnanam will come, prabodhat, ahankara, then the sakshi, tadatmyam will go away. Tadatmyame kadiyadu anu theriyum. Adha. Prabodhacha nivartete, nivartate, nivartete, nivartante. Madhyama atmanepadi pradhama dvivachanam. Nivartete. That's why ubhena. Those two means that ahankara and deha, ahankara and sakshi relation tadatmyam. Kramat respectively போட்டுக்கணும். இந்த கர்மா எடுத்துட்டு போய் எங்க சாட்சிக்கு கொடுக்க கூடாது. இந்த பிரபோதம் எடுத்துட்டு போய் இந்த தேகத்துக்கு கொடுக்க கூடாது. So karma, the body are equated. Prabodha and sakshi are equated. Their knowledge. Okay. Next shloka. 10th shloka we will read. अहंकारलये सुप्तौ भवे देहोऽप्यचेतनः अहंकार विकासार्थः स्वप्न सर्वस्तु जागरः. Now the function of the seer number 2, that is mind, how it functions in this body. 3 avasthas Acharya pointing out in this shloka. Every vyavahara require these threefold seers. Every vyavahara. Who are the threefold seers? Sense organ, seer number 1. Mind, seer number 2. Sakshi, original consciousness, seer number 3. So all these 3 put together, only any interaction is possible. Okay? Now you take Jagrata Avastha, suppose, waking state. What is Jagrata Avastha? This is Jagrata Avastha. We are all in Jagrata Avastha, ne? Okay, Jagrata Avastha. And here you see, the first line, second line we will take. Second line la Jagaraha Sarvaha Tu. That we will take first. Ahankaraha Jagaraha. Totally when this Ahankara is awakened, and that means what? That Ahankara, when it is totally awakened, it is capable of using this body sense organs. When the sense organs are active, the body is active because of what? Because Ahankara is fully active. That is why Ahankara means here we can take it as mind. Okay? Mind, when it is fully active, that means what? Sense organs are active, body is active. Because of what? Body is active, sense organs are active, not because of sense organs are active, because mind is active. Therefore, even the sense organs are there, body is here. Sometimes what will happen? Mind is not active. You are not in what state? You are not in waking state. So, Ardha Vikasa and Ardha. மனசு அர்த்த விகாசமான என்ன பண்ணணும், கிளாஸ்லயே ட்ரீம்ஸ் கூட வந்துடும். சுவாமினி ஒரு வாட்டி சென்னை போயிட்டு கூட வந்தா சுவாமினி, எங்க என்ன கிளாஸ்லோ, என்ன கிளாஸ், திருஷ்ய விவேகா போச்சு, அவ்வளவுதான். பூர் சுவாமினி சிட்டிங் இன் ஃப்ரண்ட் ஆஃப் யூ, யூ ஆர் ட்ரீமிங். பரவாயில்ல, என்ன பண்றது? ஏன் அண்ணா கண்ணு பாடி எல்லாமே இருக்கே, இருந்தாலும் கூட ஏன் அப்படி? You are totally mind Artha Vikasa. You are sitting, not lying down, sitting only. But mind is Ardha Vikasa. It's called Swapna. Full Vikasama irundha Jagaraha. All organs are active. Body is active. Vodade Ukaran. I want to run. Full Vikasam mind. So, mind when is Artha Vikasa, it is Swapna. Ahankara Vikasa Ardha. Ardha Vikasa. Ahankarasya Ardha Vikasa Swapnaha. Second line. ஏன்னா ஜாகிரத்திலிருந்து நம்ம ஸ்வப்னத்துக்கு போகிறோம். நீங்கள் என்ன ஸ்லீப் ஆல்ரெடி முடிச்சுட்டு வந்தீங்க. நீங்கள் இப்போ நான் ஸ்லீப்பை பற்றி பேசினா யூ வில் கோ டு ஸ்லீப் அகெயின். ஸோ ஐ டோன்ட் வாண்ட் டு மேக் யூ டு கோ டு ஸ்லீப் அகெயின். பெட்டர் டோன்ட் ஸ்லீப். So from Jagrat again, see this is Swapna. Sarva Vikasaha Jagaraha. Sarva Vikasa of whom? Of mind. Mind is called Ahankara. Which Ahankara? Ahankara with reflected consciousness. That means in Jagrata Avastha appo consciousness irukka illaya? That mind which is called Ahankara, that Ahankara which is called Buddhi, that Buddhi which has taken reflected consciousness from Osi. That means what? Osi is intertwined in Ahankara, Manas, Antakaranam, Buddhi. Ennamo sollunga per. Enna sonnalum body sense organs kulla poondundi irukku. Ipdiye that is Sakshi. Original consciousness. So actually these people are all dancing. Who are they? In the sense organs, body, buddhi, manas, all dancing. Edu vechenna. Osi vechit. Namma enna osi kota vittitom. Osi vittittu idella vilandirukkom. Ennama tragedy parungo. இதுதான் கடன் வாங்கி இன்கிராட்டிடியூட் என்ன இதுதான் கிருத்தஜ்ஞதான்னு கொஞ்சமாவது கிருத்தஜ்ஞதா இருக்க வேண்டாமோ கிராட்டிடியூட் டுவர்ட்ஸ் ஓசியன் அர்த்தவிகாச ஸ்வப்னः அஹங்காரஸ்ய அர்த்தவிகாசः அஹங்காரஸ்ய மீன்ஸ் மனः மனசः அர்த்தவிகாசः ஸ்வப்னः it means partially active, not totally passive, not totally active, 50-50 anna 50 passive 50 active, that is called swapna. And that swapnam patti nama thirupi pesinde irukom. You know what dream I got? Enna dream anna poi ella poi and poiyana or dream vechi kadaya sollinde irukka enna varsha kanakla 10 years back எந்த ட்ரீம் வந்து இப்படி சொல்லுவான் அதே போய் அதுக்கு ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கின்னு ரிஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணி you know what dream I have got. That much reality we have given to everything, because the more you talk about this Jagrata Avastha, Swapna Avastha, Sushupti Avastha, you are giving reality to the unreal. The more you talk, the more you involve, you are away from the OC. That's why use it, but don't involve in it. Use it, make use of it. Beauty, wonderful. But never take it as real. I am not the body with consciousness, but I am the consciousness with incidental body mind complex. இப்படி சொல்லணும். நம்ம என்ன சொல்லிட்டு இருக்கோம்? இருக்கு உள்ள ஆத்மா இருக்கு. எங்க இருக்கப்பா? உள்ள இருக்க சுவாமி. நான் ஆத்மா இந்த உடம்புல இருக்கேன் சுவாமினி అని சொல்லணும். அதுக்கு தான் கேம்புக்கு வந்திருக்கோம் இல்லையா? சரி, அர்த்த விகாசம். Now see the first line. சுப்தௌ ahankarasya laye. In deep sleep, when this ahankara dissolves totally, it goes into a passive condition. This ahankara is no more is active. Therefore, what the sense organs, they lose their function, stop their function. Body stop its function. Sense organs stop its function. Why? This ahankara totally became passive. I am so tired. Therefore, I am going to sleep. And suptau, in deep sleep, ahankara laye. When it dissolves, when it goes into deep relaxation, deep relaxation technique. Okay. Ahankarasya laye. When suptau, in deep sleep, what happened? Dehaha achetanaha bhavet. This body will become achetanaha. It will become jadam, inert. அதனால ஒன்றும் தெரியாது. How you are sleeping? Do you know? Do you remember you are sleeping in Sringeri yesterday night? Sringeriயில் இருக்காம சென்னையில் இருக்காம யாருக்கு தெரியும்? You do not know. You forget your body, because body is jadam. It is as good as dead body. That's why people, orthodox people, know when you sleep on or 6 hours night, அந்த இடம் வந்து சுத்தம் பண்ணுவா. Every day morning they clean that place. ஏன்னா it's a dead body. அந்த அகங்காரா dissolve, gone where? Original consciousness போய் அப்படியே தூங்குறது passive. That original conscious is that which is evident that time aham iti rupena enjoys that. That's why every day you are enjoying the original consciousness. Where? In deep sleep. Can you say I am not there in deep sleep and சொல்ல முடியுமா? யார் இல்லை, உடம்பு இல்லை, sense organs are not there, ahankaram is not there. Who is there? OC is there. Reflected consciousness temporarily merge, temporarily gone to its own place. Again, morning, coffee, pasi. 5:30 மணிக்கு காஃபி வேணும். வந்தாச்சு அகங்காரம் உடம்புக்குள்ள வந்தாச்சு. Who is this ahankara? Taken, borrowed that reflected consciousness, entered in the body. It goes to sleep again. Therefore, every deep sleep is, I am going to my என்னுடைய வீட்டுக்கு போயிட்டு வந்துடுறேன் every day. Original home. இதெல்லாம் rented. ஸோ சொந்த வீடு தான். அதுக்குதான் சொந்த வீட்டில் சுகம் இருக்கு. பார்த்தோம், ஸ்லீப்பில் நல்ல சுகம் இருக்கு. ரெண்ட் ஹவுஸில் சுகமே இருக்காது. இப்போ சொல்ல சொந்த வீட்டில் கூட சுகம் இல்லை சுவாமின்னு சொல்கிறேன், அது வேற விஷயம். நான் அது சொல்ல விரும்பல இங்கே. ஏன்னா ஐ ஹேர்ட் ஃப்ரம் சோ மெனி பீப்புள், சொந்த வீடு இருந்தால் ரொம்ப ப்ராப்ளம். இதெல்லாம் வியாபகாரிக்கம். நம்ம பாரமார்த்திக ஒரிஜினல் கான்ஷியஸ்னஸ் அந்த தூக்கத்திலும் ஒரு துக்கம் கிடையாது. Once that ahankara comes, the sense organs are active, body is active, all dukkhams will take place. That's why the body dukkha, the pain is natural, but the sorrow is because of this ahankara. That is why many people are able to detach from the pain of the body and ahankara. That's why they don't feel pain. இதெல்லாம் குழப்பம் நிறைய பேருக்கு. அவருக்கு எப்படி முடியறது? எனஸ்தீஷியா இல்லாமல் ஆப்ரேஷன் நடக்கிறது, இவருக்கு மாத்திரம் எனஸ்தீஷியா, ஃபுல் எனஸ்தீஷியா கொடுக்கணும்னா ஏன்னா they detach that ahankara from the body. புரியுறதா? இப்போ இந்த பெயின் அகங்காரத்துக்குள்ளதான் இருக்கு. பெயின், சாரோ எல்லாமே அகங்காரம். That is the point we have to understand. He says, ahankara laye suptau. In deep sleep, dehaha achetanaha bhavet. Achetanaha means insentient, inert, jadam. It will become insentient because the reflected consciousness withdraw from the body. The reflected consciousness, this ahankara, the mind withdraw. Once the mind withdraw, along with the mind, reflected consciousness also withdrawn. திருப்பி சொல்றேன், மூஞ்சி பார்த்தாலே தெரியறது. That mind withdraw from that ahankara, withdrawn from the body, from the sense organs. This is body and the sense organs here, they withdrawn. So once it has withdrawn, the reflected consciousness also gone along with the mind. It has gone to the mind. So this body become insentient. It can become sentient only when the mind ahankara comes and the reflected consciousness comes, then it becomes sentient. Since it has withdrawn in deep sleep, it has become insentient. And that ahankara, manas also become insentient. Manas is also not functioning, no dreams also. என்னாச்சு? அந்த ஆர்சி போய் அந்த ஓசியில் கொஞ்ச நேரம் ரெஸ்ட் எடுக்கிறது. It is taking, because no need of exhaustion of prarabdha. It is taking rest. நாளைக்கு வரே అని சொல்லி ஆர்சி போய் அதில் இருக்கு. Once this ahankara again become active, once it becomes active என்னன்னா, and prarabdha karma to exhaust, அப்போ என்ன இந்த ஆர்சி மல்லி இதில். இதெல்லாம் சொன்ன ஃபிசிக்கல் ஈவெண்ட் கிடையாது. இதெல்லாம் ஃப்ராக்ஷன் ஆஃப் செகண்ட்ஸ்ல நடக்கிறது நமக்கு எல்லாத்துக்குமே. இட் இஸ் ஹேப்பனிங் வித்தின் ஃப்ராக்ஷன் ஆஃப் செகண்ட்ஸ். நான் எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ண 1 hour ஆயிடும். பட் எவ்ரி மூமெண்ட், every second of our interaction, vyavahara, jagrata avastha, swapna avastha, it is happening in sushupti avastha. The OC remains as it is without any interaction. That is swapna avastha. அப்படின்னு அப்படி சொப்னலோன்னு இருக்கலாமா சுவாமி? சுஷுப்திலோன்னு இருக்கலாமே. எல்லாமே என்ன இருக்க விடாதது. என்ன இந்த உடம்பு இருக்கு இல்லையோ, the body, it has to exhaust its prarabdha. It whips that ahankara. Ahankara borrows that RC. Again it functions. I hope some extent clear. So Jagrata Avastha, Swapna Avastha. It is, this shloka is for what sake? Deha is inert. To prove that, Acharya introduced this shloka. Just to prove this body is inert, achetanam. And solradhukkaga in the shloka me Acharya has written. Okay. Now the three avasthas we have understood, how the mind undergoes the Jagrata Avastha, Swapna Avastha and Sushupti Avastha. More we will see in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri